So personal stories are quite difficult to tell because they change. And a lot of people like to think of their personal story as fact, like this is what happened. And yes, there are the facts, obviously, but your perspective on it, the parts that you tend to emphasize or the parts that you tend to overlook, are also there and are also facts. So the parts that you choose to tell at any time changes, and your perception of that story changes and shifts. So in sharing a personal story, I did consider the risk of freezing the story, but in many ways, I've already detached from that story. It's no longer my story. It is so completely healed and gone and behind me that sharing it doesn't feel as vulnerable as it sounds. And that is actually the point here. That level of healing, I guess, because it's I'm not triggered by it. I can say the emotions, but I don't feel them. I don't feel the way I felt as I did when I was a child. I have worked that through. That is actually a good thing for most of my clients to know that are in the pits of that of of that hurt, of that pain, and need to know that it's possible to completely release all of that and be completely free of any of those triggering emotions to the point where it doesn't even feel like your story anymore. You can tell it, but it is not, there isn't even a release of emotion in telling it. You don't feel slightly more relieved or, and it has very little impact, because it is so long gone and has no bearing on the current reality. So that is the benefit of all these various types of explorations into these lives, these past lives, and healing these karmic relationships. You can get total relief and healing from them, which makes your life easier and more joyful. And I think that's what most people want.